Okay, hey single moms. Hey. It's Friday night. It's Friday night. We're gonna have a little girls' night tonight. We're gonna talk about some things, y'all. Let me go on here to okay, that's not what I wanted to hear. Let me go on here and check and make sure that you guys can hear me because there we go. Um the sound did go out a little bit when I was doing a check. So I want to make sure that I wanted to be sure that you guys can hear me. So you can. I heard myself on my other device that I turn on so that I can check that and also to see what the lag is to Facebook. So I want to thank you guys for participating in this challenge, for showing up live 5 days a week, 1 day a week, however many times you were able to show up live, for watching the replays. I want to thank you for that too. Thank you for everybody watching on YouTube. I have not forgotten about you, but thank you for watching on YouTube as well, watching the recordings, watching live, and thank you for your comments as well. So my name is Bess Parks. I'm the single mom of two, and I'm the host of this challenge. So what is this challenge? This is day five of the single mom real finding real love challenge. So we've covered some things, and in the beginning, yeah, it may have been a little rough, and you'll probably try to figure out what does this have to do with finding real love. But it does start with us. It starts with us single moms, and a lot of times we leave us single moms, we leave ourselves out and focus solely on our children. And in doing that, we make it less likely for real love to actually find us. We can recognize the real love by the same love that our children give to us, because that's real, genuine love. What our children give to us, that is really genuine love. Because no matter what, the mistakes, the mishaps, the all of it, your kids will love you no matter what. That's really real love. You want that. If you want that with somebody else outside of your children, and outside of your family, then there's some things that we got to do, y'all. We got to first off make ourselves available. Make ourselves available, spend time on ourselves, know what we like, what we don't like, how we want to be treated, and also exhibit that towards other people. And who else better to do that and practice that with is your children. So that's why that was brought up. We talked about relationships with outside of ourselves. And I told you the story about me and the guy that I'm dating right now. And it's a long distance relationship. Never thought I'd be in one of those. That was working so far. I think it's going to work out, period, because he's going to eventually move out here to where I am. But that's, I never thought I would be in a long term relationship, but it's with somebody that I am, that I know from the past because I used to date him when I was 18. And now, 30 years later, fast forward 30 years later, we're dating, but we're both realizing that the qualities that we saw in each that well, let me say, I am realizing that the qualities that he exhibited back when he was 18, the characteristics that he had that he still has, are something that I've wanted the whole entire time. But I walked away from it when I was 18 because I was broken. I was brokenhearted. I had some bad, I didn't have good thoughts of myself. I didn't love myself, truthfully. I didn't love myself enough to notice love coming to me. And matter of fact, it scared me because it was the opposite of what I was used to, and um, met me when I was broken. I was broke. I was broken person on the inside. On the outside, my body, I was tight. It was right. It was everything, that most men are attracted to. That's what I was. Um, but I was very broken on the inside. because of some things and some beliefs that I had from when I was a child, of things that I overheard. Nobody specifically told me that, but I overheard, and then created this whole story in my mind. And so when things happen, oh, hey, Chelsea, thank you for coming on live. So, but things that I heard when I was a child, and I created this whole story. So when things happen, I just kept creating that story, not having a conversation with anybody, but kept creating the story that really was not what it was at all. You know, being an adult, I can, and the fact that I've taken the time to look back and find out where these things came from, where these ideas and these thoughts came from, and how they developed, and then to notice and realize that the person that I thought was being intentionally mean to me, that was doing some things to me to make me feel a certain way, wasn't what it was to begin with. You know, when you grow up. But anyway, so we talked about relationships yesterday. Today is day 5, and I know you might be wondering, what does money and finances have to do with real love? But it's a good clue as to where your heart is, where your heart is. Where your heart is where your money goes. So if you follow your money to where your money is being spent the most at, you could see where your heart is. And maybe some of that needs to change. Maybe you need to start investing some of your money, and sometimes it may not be money, but sometimes it may be time. And time is money, as they say, because it takes time for you to create and make that money. So both of those, time and money, will go together. And that's where we would come, with this subject that we're doing today, or topic that we're doing today, of what's love got to do with it? Money, what has love got to do with it? Love's got a lot. It's got a lot to do with it. So what I could say, what I saw myself, I could tell you myself and my experience when I actually paid attention to where my money was going. And it was going to a whole lot of self gratification things, for self gratifications for me, for my children. And when I realized that, and realized how much money I was wasting, um, because I wanted something quick, something fast, and okay, it tasted all right. Well, it tasted good to me at the time, but it was not helping me in any way. Matter of fact, the where I was spending my money, I ended up gaining a lot of weight. You know, because guess what I was eating? I was eating out a lot. So a lot of my money was going to eating out, fast food, picking up something really fast, this, that, whatever. But some of that was that I wasn't preparing. I didn't prep food. I slept a lot during this time too. But I realized that I was going through a change, and um, I was in a coming out of that relationship that I mentioned. Also on one of the days, coming out of that relationship that wasn't working for me. My sister had passed, and then my mom passed, and I was trying. It was a lot for me to process. So fast food was just the place to be. My son was in football as well, and I was like the team mom, and so it was a constant running from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. And so I had not been taught. I had not been taught to, hey, prep this stuff for this week, because your week is going to be full, so that when that comes, you can go home, grab what you need, and take it with you. I wasn't aware of that. I wasn't aware of that. I don't know that my mom was either, because she grew up in a generation where you cooked at home, and so she was enjoying, in her retirement and everything, she was enjoying going out to dinner, excuse me, and going out to eat and stuff. And so that's what I thought was okay. So but as your children are growing up, it's better, or not going to say better, but it's more nurturing and encouraging to your children. Um, I this is just what I found in my kids. We ate at the table, every, when we could. We ate at the table, no cell phones allowed. We talked and we laugh it up and everything. It's the place where we share what's going on with us, what's, having conversations. And that helped a lot. Um, when my kids and I moved to Texas and we moved to the second house that we're in now, and my son, I'm trying to think, was that okay? So when we moved to Texas, in one of the houses we were in, we've been in two, but one of the houses we were in, my son came home and he was like, um, his friends were amazed because he mentioned the fact that we eat dinner at the table and we eat dinner all together. And his friends were like, "You do what?" They were like, "Huh?" They didn't understand that. But anyway, the financing portion of it is that I was eating out a lot, and so what I did was I shut that down. I started cooking more at home, started teaching my kids how to cook. They knew how to cook some things, but now we started experimenting with things. um, Here's a really good thing, especially if you got young kids like in um, fifth, sixth grade, somewhere in there. That's when I started teaching my kids to cook things, but to have them to take some Pillsbury biscuits, squish them down, put some spaghetti sauce or pizza sauce on it, and then put their pizza toppings on it. So now they have individual pizzas. You can get out the rolling pin if you want to as well. It's still gonna puff up, but you can sit there and make it as thin crust, thick crust, however. But that's an exciting little activity that you can do with kids that are at that age. Um, but that I noticed where my finances were going. So I was doing that and I was not loving myself because I was feeding myself things that were not uh, beneficial to my body. It wasn't allowing me to eat in a way that I could love, like, that I eat. There's something, oh my gosh, it's on my refrigerator. I got a sticky note on my refrigerator and it says, let me think. It says, I eat in a way that love can love can something to the fact of love can flow through me, so that I can love others. Something to that effect. I don't know why I can't remember it now, but but I eat in a way that I can love effectively through to others. That I can love others effectively, and so I eat in a way that does that. So and when I do that, I'm loving myself, and because I'm loving myself, I'm able to love others a lot better, and listen and be patient and do all of those things. So finances have a lot to do with where our heart truly is. If you follow your finances, you'll see where it's at. How's it helping you? How's it not helping you? How can you change it and do something different? Some of the things that I found to do in my finances, I read this book, um, The 9 Steps to Financial Freedom by Susie Orman. This, I don't even know if she publishes this book anymore, but I have a copy of it. And my mom, when she realized that my sister and I did not have financial literacy, she tried to have us sit down and talk to us about writing checks and balancing checkbooks and all that stuff, as she had just learned. I didn't realize she was just learned all this stuff, and so she was trying to guide us through that. And by that time, I think I was like 17. My sister was 8 years older than me. So she was, almost, um, my sister was almost like 20 something, 29 or something like that. I totally just cannot count right now. But my sister was 8 years older than me. So we were like, almost young adults. And, but my mom realized that she didn't have that knowledge. She hadn't shared that with us because both me and my sister were both in financial crisis at that time. So actually, I would think I was like 18 or 19, and I had gotten into some credit card debt already because I saw my mom with a card. a credit card, and I wanted to have a credit card too. So I found out how you can get a credit card, where to start, how to build my credit. I figured all that stuff out, but didn't know how to manage it correctly. So ended up in some credit card debt, and when you go to college or coming out of school or whatever you go, I went to a junior college first for 2 years, and that's where they got me on that campus. The banks and stuff come there and say, oh, we give you a credit card, a student account, you get $250. But as soon as your 2-year period is up, they bump your credit up. And if you don't know how to manage your money right, you get a little buck with that, and start go spending crazy. And that's where your heart is. Your heart is in what can I buy to feel this void that I'm feeling in my life, or you know it's a void. Truthfully, it's a void that you're feeling in your life. And for me, it was that I did not have a lot of self-love for myself. And so I was trying to put clothes on and I had super long nails. I was just always had my hair done every 2 weeks, all of that. Not saying that those things are bad at all, because that's part of self-care. But when it becomes where it's just covering up things, which is what it was doing for me, then my money was actually going in the wrong place. I should have been placing my money someplace else, some counseling sessions, trying to figure out what was going on with me. But in our 20s, that's what you do. You're trying to figure out who you are. And a lot of times we put on masks to get through that time period because we don't know what else to do. But back to the money. um your money, wherever you're spending that, and I know I keep saying it for a reason. Wherever you're spending your money, look at it and see, am I spending it and am I benefiting from that? Is it something that I'm doing because I feel a loss, or feel um a hole, or am I trying to feel something else in me? Like when you're not loved, you try to fill that hole with anything. And money is one of the things that we try to fill that hole with. And that never works because it's not, when it's done in a way that it's not benefiting you. If it's done in a way where, like, you pay for some counseling sessions because you're trying to figure out, why am I feeling this way? Then that's different. But when you're buying things that you don't need, or you got a whole huge closet full of clothes that you couldn't possibly even wear in a week, something's going on. You know, you got stuff in your closet with tags on it and all those kinds of things. Something might be going on. So real love can only come to you and be received by you if we've taken the time to actually see how we're doing, check in on ourselves. Am I okay? What's going on with me? Why am I just, biting mad angry at this point in time? Yes, something may have happened, but sometimes that anger, if it's happening all the time, something else is going on. Something else is going on with us. And I know that single moms, sometimes we get like a sensory overload where there's just too much going on. Too many people are touching and pulling at you, with your kids, and then you got stuff at work, and then this, that, whatever. I know that happens. And because that happens, that's why we need to implement and have, as part of our routine, to check in with ourselves, do some self love. We talked about that. And one of the days throughout this 5-day challenge, we talked about, having self love, which is checking in on yourself, which is your mental and your emotions. That's your self love, and check in and make sure you're okay. And if you're not, try to figure out what's going on with me and try to work through that. And if you can't do it by yourself, there's nothing wrong with getting some help, talking to a counselor who will ask you the questions to help you to work your way through whatever it is that's bothering you. Um, that's self love. So self care is all the outside stuff we do for ourselves. all the outside stuff we do for ourselves. And so that's the facials, the massages, getting our nails done, your eyebrows, whatever that is on the outside. Hot bath. You know what I'm saying? A hot bath and some Epsom salts. That sounds really good to me right now. But a hot bath and some Epsom salts, or some bath salts, or a bath bomb, a hot shower if you're not a bath person. Um, these are things that are self-care, all exterior things that yes, we do need to do. But one of the wonderful things, and one of the things that I really love, is when my insides and my outside feel good. When my inside and my outside feel good, I'm feeling wonderful. It's like I can take on anything, I can receive whatever's coming to me, and real love can come as well. So see where your finances are, see how you handle your finances when you're with, when you're possibly dating someone. Are you constantly throwing money at them, trying to get them to pay attention to you? That's not real love, y'all. That's not real love. So that's you trying to buy somebody's love. And that's not how that goes. Um, so love can come in many ways. It comes through your children's, that's real love. Comes through your family members, that's real love. Comes from you loving yourself, that is real love, and that's where it all starts at. And yes, you may need to spend a little more money on yourself if you don't, doing some self-care or some self-love that you may need to do. You may find out when you look at your finances that you hardly spend any money on yourself. All your money is spent on your children and everybody else and everything else. And you are not, investing in yourself. And a lot of times that's what needs to be done, is that you need to take some time to invest your finances into yourself. And that will help you to get in alignment with who you are, um, as a person, how your thinking is, why do you think this way, um, where is this coming from. You need to be able to do that, and sometimes you do need help outside of yourself. And I'm saying that because my daughter and I had a rough patch. She's a teenager, and we had a rough patch, and it is rough, raising a teenage daughter. For me, I did not know, that raising a teenage daughter is a lot more than raising a teenage son. Me and my son had some time period, but my daughter seems to be way more intense. And I think it's because we think the same way, you know, as women. We have a way that we think. And, she's just at that age where she thinks she knows everything. And I keep trying to tell her, girl, I got 30 years on you. So what you trying to say? I got a good 30 something years on you. 35, I think, 34, 35 years on you. What you talking about? You know more than me. I've lived a little bit more. But that's got to come across in a different way. So I'm learning to communicate to her in a different way. And I learned with herself what her love language is, and hers is what was it? Hers is get that's it, actually gifts. I think hers is gifts. Hers is gifts. And also she likes time. You know, she likes for you to spend time with her when she wants you to, is what I'm learning. Not when I want to, but when she wants to spend time with you, I need to be available to spend time with her. Sometimes financially we'll go out to eat, or for a little while I was helping her get her nails done, and doing things like that together. But find out where your money is being spent, and why is it being spent there. If it's a person, obviously your kids, that's an obvious one that needs to be done, especially if it's clothes and school stuff and tutoring and all that. Those are things that need to be done. But what are possibly some of the other things that we may be spending our money that is not necessarily love, but trying to compensate? As that's something that as single moms we do. We try to compensate for that other parent that's not there, and we overdo things. In particular, with our finances, we'll buy our kids too much stuff, buy them way too many clothes, um, focus a lot of stuff on this money thing instead of just telling them, no, we can't do that right now because, we have these other goals in place, you know, and that's something that we need to teach our kids too. So real love does not involve somebody always buying gifts for you, somebody always doing those things for you. Yes, as a parent, you need to take care of your kids, make sure they're clothed and shoes and all that stuff. But a lot of the extra stuff is not always. I'm sorry, my I got something on my leg that's like bothering me. But yeah, so find out where your finances are. So if you've missed any of the days for this 5-day challenge, this was a little different than some of the other challenges I've done because I've told a lot of personal stories in this challenge. But if you've missed any of the days, you could go back and watch the replays. The replays will stay up until Tuesday. On Tuesday, I will be doing the giveaway for the single moms queen kit that is being given away. This also has bonuses with it that I add in just for the challenge. So I do actually sell this kit. So if you don't win it, you can't actually purchase it. Just go to the my Instagram page, which is also which is called Single Moms Level Up, and you can find the link so that you can purchase it. So I'm going to show you real quick again what the Single Moms Queen Kit with the bonuses, what that is for this month. And every month in the challenge, I do give away one Single Moms Queen Kit. And to the mom that participates the most, makes comments, goes live, gives takeaways, post takeaways, whatever you do during this time of the challenge, Facebook will acknowledge it and tell me who has participated the most, and whoever that is will be the one that actually wins this Single Mom Queen Kit. So I'm going to show you that. Let me share my screen here, and this will be it, y'all. This is day 5. Challenge the lives last for 5 days, but the replays will be up until Tuesday when the giveaway happens. And that giveaway, I'll do the giveaway and the drawing for the giveaway on Tuesday. And then you will, okay, there it goes. So I'll do that drawing for the giveaway on Tuesday. And this here is the Single Mom Queen Kit with the bonuses. So in this Queen Kit, you get something for your face. You get some cotton swabs, some micellar water that acts as a toner, can also help you with getting the rest of the residue of the makeup off after you've done a makeup remover. Also a shower gel. It's an Essence of Love shower gel. Essence of Love bath salts that have Epsom salt and Himalayan salts in there. And then, when we can and when you can, here's some matte lipstick, but it goes on liquid and it dries matte. So when we can, once we get these masks off, eventually at some point in time, or if you're doing lives or doing a selfie, you could put this on. I'm getting you ready for that time. And then I'm going to give you some little minis that you could keep in your purse of some perfume. It's the Joffrey Wheat. I like the concept behind that, behind this particular perfume, and it's the we, basically saying that we women can do anything, especially when we come together. And then here's the Essence of Love perfume, and then a mini spritzer. I've got had one of these mini spritzers, not in this particular scent, but I have one, the wee one, in my bag that I take to work, and that thing has lasted a long time. I don't have to spray it a lot, and it's little. It's probably about this big, but it's really a good refresher, you know. And then these face cloths are everything. I wish I had found these earlier, but it's and I keep saying this, doggone it. I hold on. I'm gonna show you this thing. Okay. I want to show you one of these because I keep saying that, and I every time I go look at the box, and I'm like, doggone it, I should have got one of these out. So I'm gonna show this to you. This I wish I had some water. I don't have any water next to me. I ran out of water. I have to go grocery shopping. But here it is. So here's the little thing. It's a little dot that fits like into the middle of my palm. If you pour water on it, if you pour water on it, this will expand to a facial towel, disposable towel that's bigger than my hand. And you can wipe your face with it, wipe your kids' face, their hands, all of that. All you have to do is pour some water on it. I'm also going to give away a journal. So I did a journaling into purpose challenge in December. Yeah, I believe that was in December I did that. And I'll give you one of these journals that will start you off. And I have in there the layout that I use when I start my journal, which lays out goals, course of action, benefits of those goals, and give you how that works and how to figure those things out, because it's in a particular way that I do my journaling now that I learned through a singles class at a singles group at one of my churches that I attended in California. And we had this process that we went through. Then there's the Single Moms Academy. You'll get a 1-year subscription membership. You'll get a 1-year membership. Hey, Carol, thanks for watching live. You'll get a 1-year membership to that. And that's something that you could watch one of the replays. And I actually went through what that all involves. So, yeah, so the money thing, if you know where your money's going, a lot of times you can follow your money and see where that's going. And some of the things that we do with our money, it's not love, y'all. It's not love at all. It's something that we may need to pay attention to. Something that we may need to pay attention to that we're it's an effect of us spending our money in a way that is unhealthy for us, maybe also unhealthy for our kids, because if they see us do it, they do it too. Our kids learn mostly. I don't know exactly what the numbers are, but I know they learn a lot, way more from us by what they watch us do than what we tell them to do, you know, and what we teach them to do verbally. They learn way more from what we do through our actions. So anyway, I just wanted to end with that. And thank you so much for coming on live. Thank you for coming on live, Chelsea and Carol. Thank you so much. And if you've missed any of this, the replay will be available. All the replays for all 5 days will be available in the group under the guide section. You can go under there, and they're all neatly laid out for each day. And you can watch some 30-minute sessions. Sometimes I do go slightly over. I'm doing it today. But that's because today's the last day, and this is the last day of the lives, but the replays are available. And yeah, you can have a chance to win a Single Moms Queen kit which is basically just it's a self-care kit. And that's the giveaway for participating, for putting comments, for hitting likes, for watching live, for your participation in the challenge for this month. So I will see you guys next month. The challenges are usually around the 15th of the month. And it's going to be for 5 days again. Don't quite know what the subject's going to be for next month. I'll look into what people have been saying, some of the past members coming in, and we'll choose something from there. And so I'll see you next month. And I also drop in, and drop comments and give some encouraging words as well to all the single moms in the Single Moms Club. I appreciate you guys for joining. Thank you. And I will see you next month. And also remember the resources that I put up in the featured section, to a couple of books that, if you need some help trying to figure out what's going on with you, or, doing some inner healing, if you need help and some guidance with some inner healing and learning how to do that, there's some books there that I put up in the featured section. And some of the things that I've mentioned that I do throughout my life, and some of the routines that I've done that have helped me in my single mom journey, I'm going to put the resource page up tonight, and I'll leave that up until Tuesday. And that resource page has a lot of things on there, including a counselor, somebody with financial advice. If you need some financial people that do finances, financial literacy coaches, all of that is on there. Exercise things that I've done. I found that exercise really just relieves my stress at times, being a single mom. It helps me to clear my mind and to do better. So let's do it, y'all. Single moms, let's level up. Bye.